Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Steel Division guide. Today we're going to go over both team games and overall deck build, and also 1v1. So 1v1s will be in the later half of the video, but only a small percentage of you have subscribed, so please subscribe. And anyway, let's get into it. First of all, let's just go over the overall deck, get a kind of feel for it. And we're going to be talking about 5th SS, but we're going to be comparing it to 12th SS, because 12th SS is considered like the most meta Panther deck, and I think there's a good comparison between the two, and maybe some of the weaknesses of this deck. First of all, it's got a decent recon tab. I'm always pro Panzer 3s. It has 150 APCR round, only 4 shots, but really good, only 50 points, and it is recon. You also get some of these infantry squad. They're kind of useless. They don't come with anything unique. The most unique vehicle, I'd say, is it does come with an MG, but nothing to write home about. Again, another recon squad, but no armor cars whatsoever. A BMW, and if you're feeling like it, a recon Panther D. But again, I don't know if you really want to do that. Infantry-wise, again, just your standard Panzergrens with two squads of Pioneers. You also get a Panzer Grenadier with an MG34. You can look at the stat difference if you want. The biggest difference, I believe, my understanding, is better accuracy but less damage. So that is the drawback. You can see the little bit difference there. Well, accuracy is about the same actually. It puts down less rounds though per round. I don't think it's as good, but it does come with 2 submachine guns instead of 1. So that is the pro of that. Plenty of half tracks. You can bring them all day. If you want the SKFZs, you don't get that many actually, but just a couple. Enough to bring in your later phases. You also do not get that many Hopeful Blitzes, so it's not a spam, but you do get the alternative of KFCs if you're feeling like it. What can you say about it? It's got 3... only got not too much DQC. Really good in medium range though, Panthergrams. We all know that. It's got 3 cards of leaders. They are all pretty good availability, but they are phase locked for the Pioneer squad. You get 3 in A for this one, and you know the story 6 and then 9. This comes with Panzerfaust, and the other version coming with the smoke grenade. So that's up to you. Doesn't come with anything too interesting, but can come with an SDKFZ AT gun that does a little damage, but nothing to write home again about. 15 points though, so it could be worth. Now, the bread and butter of the deck, Panthers. So to get a card T3045s, you want, you get 2 cards of Panzer 4s if you're feeling that. You also get Stug 4s if you're feeling it. These are really good medium tanks. You're going to definitely need to take these. Panther Ds, really fast, but less armor. That 10 armor makes a huge difference. But other than that, the gun is about the same as a Panther A and Panther D. You do not get Panther Gs, which have the APCR round. So these are not great counters to any type of IS-2. In fact, not at all. But T3045 decks and Sherman decks, this can be a really strong deck. But so that's what I can say about that. For the Panther D, you get 3, 6, 9, and then Panther C 2, and then 4, 8, and you can play around with Veterancy. And then you also get 3 command tanks. You get the Stug 4, which you can come in A or B. You get the Panzer Fuhrer AA, which you can get either one A and B, and then you can get the the veteran, I think this is like a command or some like specialized ace. I don't know who this guy is, but you guys can tell me in the comments. But pretty much no difference between these 2 leader tanks at all. You can look at the stats. No, not really. And same about availability. Support tab, you get your ammo trucks, your MG42, you get your beautiful grills, you get your flamethrowers. Do not bring these flame half trucks. They're absolutely terrible. They don't do anything. You have 3 options for commander. You can bring up, an SDKFZ, a Panther 4, or Panther A. Moving down even further down, AT tab. Really good, actually, decent AT tab. You do get 1 card of SC-76s. They are phase locked to A. You get Yak Panzers if you want some alternative to a in-between between a heavy and medium tank. Pack 40, Pack 38s. You also get these like 28 mils. These things aren't that good. They have no HE. They have 80 pen. Maybe more suited to a 1v1 setting. You do get some pretty good bazooka squads. Get this beautiful 6-man team with a bazooka, Panther Shrek. Sorry, really good. 10 shots. You also get these if you want, but not as great. So it's up to you though what you want. I recommend the more expensive one for 10 points. They have better survivability. AA wise, pretty standard. You get your flak 20s with a half track if you're feeling it. If you want extra AA. Get your 37 mils, get 1 card. They can go in A, B, or C. Get your SCKFZs, they can go either in A, B, or C. And you can also bring Gepards, which are phase locked to A or B. So artillery-wise, a little bit of variety. Get this. I'm not going to say this word in German, but it's a rocket thing, and it shoots forever. Pretty good in openers. Can take out some key AA units. Its rockets don't do too much damage though, so note that. It takes up a lot of ammo. You get some West Hummels, mortar, two cards of mortars. You can bring them A or B, they're phase locked. You also get to 105s, which you can bring with ammo. You get some 120s, 105s, artillery leaders, 81mm mortars, and some radios if you're looking for that. And then the most unique part of this deck, compared to all other decks, is the Focke-Wulf D9, which is a really good aircraft. It is fast, boys. Look at that speed, and it's pretty nasty. Its resilience is really good. It doesn't get shut down easily. And I guess also get the Focke-Wulf with the rocket planes. These are some of the best rocket planes in the entire game. They're fast, and they have pretty good survivability, and they mow down enemy tanks. 2 of these will kill an IS-2 pretty much locked. You also get some HE-20s or HE-11s. These come with 1,000 kilogram bomb. These come with 4 250 kilogram, a little bit less bomb load. You get a Ju-88s if you're feeling it. You get a D5. This is not like a really good D5. I would not recommend this in general, but it is a D5 and it does have a recon ability. And then you also get Ju-80, another recon plane if you're feeling it. Anyway, so overall, this deck has a huge weakness against IS-2 decks. Its availability is not great. Its infantry is decent, but okay. Nothing to write home about. It's got really good Focke-Wulf F8s. I do recommend bringing 105s and some mortars to focus fire on AA units. So you can use these Focke-Wulfs against any IS-2 decks or heavy tank decks. Also, these Focke-Wulf F8s are really good for any breakthroughs that come through where AA is not being followed up. So really strong for team support. But again, if you look at 12th SS, for example, 12th SS has better availability, I think, in the tank tab. It's got almost the same air tab. It's got better infantry because they're all fanatical, so they will not surrender. It's got a better recon tab with more armored cars. So again, it's just a deck that's very in an awkward spot that probably needs a little bit of a buff in some categories. But anyway, let's get into the 1v1 meta and let's take a look at that. Now, back to the 1v1. Okay, so what do I recommend here? First of all, you can do this a couple ways. You can play Maverick or Balance build. Right now I have a Balance build, but if you're doing a Maverick build, I do recommend you double vet your tanks maybe and bring both of these in A. Get 4 of them, but they're pretty nasty. Or you can not do that and bring a leader tank of Panther 4s in A. And get these to double vet pretty much all times. So that's one choice. I really believe a grill is a really good pick here. It's really good for pushing against key locations. You do not want to be on a map that's CQC orientated. You want a map a little bit more open and mid-tier range, or you're just going to get annihilated, guys. Your infantry is just not going to compete against other elite infantry. And to be frank, Panthers are like some of the worst traders. There's a lot of decks out there now with that can just annihilate Panthers. Like terrible. So you gotta be really careful of that. You gotta be very cautious about when to bring out a Panther. Panther should come out as a, on the line, kill the key big unit, and then back the hell off. Because if you lose it, it's 150 points down. That's more than a minute's worth of tick. That's huge in a 1v1 setting. You have really good fighters, but I don't recommend playing them all by themselves. Use these Flak 37s out there before committing to a big air engagements. You do not have that many fighters. You can either bring these in A or B. But in 1v1 setting, you pretty much must take a fighter in A. And your only other option is these Ju-88s. And these things suck so bad. So AA-wise, you get some pretty good stuff. So I can't say anything bad there. Get some pretty good AT. You get the Panzer Shrek, Pack 40s, and Pack 38s. You can use these Yak Panzers as an alternative to dealing with Panther A's. So instead of buying a Panther, you save an extra 50 points pretty much to get this Yak Panzer. If you're going to use Panthers, make sure you have a leader next by. Keep them that double vet. Make them really effective. That's what I would always do. You also have an alternative to your Panther 4s and maybe even another medium tank. You have T-30-45s, so that's a nice option there. Bring these Panther 3s. They're cheap, effective. You're going to need it because you don't have that many cheap, effective tanks. You can bring some of these Focke-Wulfs. These things are awesome. Kill those key units. And yeah, that's what I have to say about the 1v1 is that you want to push in the medium range and follow up with Panthers after the fact. You don't want to be the one pushing a Panther and then losing a key unit. 17 pounders will kill you, 76s will kill you, M10s will kill you. There's a lot of things that can kill you, and you're pretty fat and exposed and expensive. And your side armor is pretty brutal. Look at that side, guys. 50. Woo. I do recommend Panther Deso. They're a little more cost efficient. I know it's only 10-point difference, but you feel the difference in the game. You can lose like one of these. I don't know. To me, a 10-point difference is not that bad. These things are pretty fast too. They get out of the way. You can look at the road speed comparison. What? They're the same? Did they increase the speed of Panther A's? It used to be Panther D's used to be faster. Well, I'll take it back, guys. Panther D's are not faster anymore. Oh, man, that's interesting. That's something to note, though, about the Panther. I recommend bringing the Panther D in the areas where you make less income, so you can save 10 points. And the 10 points does add up if you buy 2 Panthers. You know, it's extra 20 points. You could buy other stuff as well. Bring the Pioneers. It's a must-take. Bring one in A and B, so you have some CQC location, and then you're pretty much stuck with just Panzergrens, guys. Just tons of Panzergrens. I wouldn't recommend a leader in the infantry tab just because it's pretty bad availability. 3 points here, activation points. And there's you should just use the leaders in B phase. So that's what I recommend. Grills are really great, guys. Use the freaking grills. Are so good. Bomber wise, I bring B phase of 1,000 kilogram bombers. These things kill everything. They have really good resilience, but you must have AA cover for them, or enemy fighter will get on their tail and shoot them down. Anyway, that's all I have to say here about this deck. I think it's a fun deck. It's a unique deck. It's kind of a deck that like you don't see too many people play just because there's other decks that are they're just better. So that's what I have to say about that. But I hope Yujin like comes back to it. Maybe gives a little more polishing to this division, and it'd be pretty good though. Anyway, I'll see you guys around. Tell me what you guys think about it and what you guys want to see.